Oh, look. There he goes.
Won't get you. Won't get you. Won't get you.
Is that a...
It's a
yeah,
guillotine.
It's a guillotine. Yeah. Didn't know they were French.
Do you honestly think you're
Could you be any louder? You really trying to trap yourself, dude?
I had never noticed it before. I was wondering if it would go off if you stepped on it.
Slide. Kerbal Scuffed Program number 2. Jeb is dead, and we killed him. Yeah, so, we have a pair of kitty cats down here, so if you hear some jingling or some random running around, or if you see, like, things hopping around down here somewhere, you'll see... oh, speaking of, there's the Bilbo. Mr. Baggins. Mr. Baggins of Baggin.
Come here, Bilbo. Come here.
He's in exploring mode.
Come here.
Come here, buddy.
Come here. You know you want to.
Come here. Aw.
He's thinking about it.
He'll hop up here probably eventually. We'll see. But
he's like, maybe, nah, maybe, nah.
Maybe, yeah, I don't think so. So, Kerbal Scuffed Program, I'm not sure what all's going to happen in this episode. All I know is that the last one was friggin' hilarious. So, I guess let's just go ahead and hop in, shall we? Let's go.
Hello again.
Hello.
Bill here.
Hi, Bill.
Today, we're back in KSP, ready and willing to send our brave Kerbonauts off to almost certain death.
Hell yeah.
Again. In this episode of our space catastrophe journey, we're taking another step towards the stars and going to the other planets in our own solar system. In case you forgot, our glorious, patriotic, and ethically dubious space program has one goal. Reach another star system, land on its exoplanet, plant a flag, and return. Great sacrifices have been made in this pursuit, and a great many more will surely come. So what happened in the last episode? Well, we flew our first mission, almost got to orbit, actually got to orbit, told Kevin off for being a terrible student. Yeah, you heard me. Went on a boring trip around the moon, and then did a solid moon landing. Nice.
Hey.
Oh yeah, and Jeb died. Rest in peace.
Rip
It's okay
Jeb.
though, because we have a replacement pilot, Valentina Kermit. Like the video if you think Valentina will live out a long and illustrious career in the Bean Space Program.
I'm not gonna leave a light because I know she won't. Like, I know she won't. I mean, she...
Just leave a like because you want to leave a like, not because of what he told you to.
Yeah, I'm leaving a like because I like Martin. I like Martin a lot. But all I'm gonna say is this bitch dead.
Oh yeah.
She just don't know it yet.
Also, apparently they used the same
To achieve our
names
ambitious
for the
goals, we've loaded the
Kerbals.
game up with mods.
Because I was watching Doc play Kerbal this morning, and he had a Valentina Kerman.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of names to pull from.
I think he had Jeb too. Like I think it goes in an order in the game. Or
Jeb,
something.
Valentina,
'Cause
Bill.
Jeb was stranded in orbit for him.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't get him back.
Jeb, are you there? You left me to die.
Creating a buggy, unstable, and feature-packed mess of a game. In this video,
Zarbomba?
we're gonna go and create some surface bases on the planets in our solar system. We'll sprinkle a couple on Duna and Eve, maybe some around the local gas giant Jewel, and finally, one on the furthest out planet, Elu. So what have we done since the last video? Well, a few things, all within the Kerbin system. We sent Valentina to Kerbin's other moon, Minmus. We went to the moon a couple more times, and we also, maybe, could have, possibly, killed all the remaining Kerbals. That didn't take long. Valentina died in a tragic time acceleration accident while trying to get back into her capsule on the moon.
Yup.
Bob
Knew
also
she-
died in a
knew
tragic
she
time
would make-
acceleration
knew she would
accident
make it.
while trying to land on the moon. Oh, my fuck! And Bill died after taking this terrible affront to God for a high-speed test drive. Oof. Oh.
Death.
So no more Jeb, Val, Bob, or Bill. Rest in peace. Instead, we have recruited Erk and Elza Kerman. They've so far flown a few missions each, and not died in the process.
Yay! Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, let us continue.
Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm gonna come close to the camera for 1 second because I need one of these cans.
Thankfully, we couldn't see that.
Snooze.
All right.
I'm good.
All right. Cool.
Hopefully nobody can see my bum while I was doing that. My pants slid a little bit.
I didn't see nothing.
Just in case. Just double check. Post-production.
Chickens?
Ah yes, the sweet sound of incredibly loud birds. We're starting our
Emma, what are
interplanetary
you doing?
exploration with the easiest planet
like,
to visit,
I see
Duna,
box,
which is the
or I
Kerbal
see
equivalent
bag, I
of
want in
Mars.
it.
Our first mission will place an unmanned probe in orbit. This probe will map out the surface and establish a site for future missions to land and perhaps even colonize. For this mission, we have created the most powerful rocket ever built, for like the 7th time. Its name,
Obama.
Joe Biden. It has 2
Oh.
big solid boosters.
Is it gonna forget? Is it gonna forget what it's supposed to say and start rambling off random shit?
Powerful core stage, and a very efficient upper stage. Now let's get this lad into orbit.
And they've reached exit. They've reached orbiting velocity.
Very nice. We're left with precisely 6,262 meters per second of delta V. Oi sir, what's delta V?
Kevin.
Speed. Quite simple. It's how fast you're moving. For example, 4 meters per second. Or, for my American viewers, 2.77 Barrett M82A1s per second. Velocity. It represents speed, but with direction. 4 meters per second, to the right. In physics, and in maths, the capital delta from the Greek alphabet refers to a change in something. So, delta V would be a change in velocity. For example, we're traveling forwards in a straight line at 100 meters per second. If we point our craft forward, how fast would you expect we go after burning all of our fuel? 200. Well, since we have a... Kevin? Be quiet. Well, since we have 150 meters per second of delta V, we'd expect to be going around 250 meters per second.
Yes.
And sure enough, we do. If we
Yes.
face backwards and do the same experiment, we go 50 meters per second in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Nice. So why is this useful? Well, it basically measures how far our craft can go. Remember, our craft is being pulled by gravity. In order to escape its influence, we need to go fast. In order to go fast, we need to change our velocity, and thus, we need delta V. People have made these nice looking maps that give a rough estimate of how much you need to go anywhere in the solar system. As we can see, to get to Duna, we need to escape Kerbin's gravity and then extend our orbit to intersect Duna's. According to the map, this will take us around 1,000 meters per second. Anyway, let's go to Duna.
Basically slingshotting around the planet until you reach, until you basically, oh, there we go.
To get our desired trajectory, we carefully plot out a course to a nice low orbit that is highly inclined. However, on the way there, I do this.
Oh.
What happened here is my incredibly fat, sausage-like fingers mashed the time accelerate button and shot me straight past Juno. Are you nice? Not to worry though, we packed way more fuel than necessary and can literally just turn around and chuck her in reverse. To prevent shooting past again, we point backwards at the closest approach and slow down until we get a nice circular orbit. And there we have it.
Yay!
We're in orbit and mapping the surface of our first planet. On to... I'm just
He
gonna tell you
thinks
right
you
now.
should bind your time acceleration button somewhere across the keyboard from your home resting position.
Yeah.
Launch 2 was a complete disaster. For Launch 2, we built another powerhouse of a rocket, Pog Frog 1, with one simple goal: footprints and a flag on Duna.
Yeah.
The rocket was going to place this section here in orbit of Duna. This lander would then separate and fly itself down to the surface, where we'd do whatever it is we wanted to do. Whether that be running temperature scans, planting important flags, observing the goo, or dropping the Kerbal repeatedly on his head. After this important science, we'd hop in the lander and fly it back into orbit to meet up with the transfer stage. Fairly simple, right? Yeah, you'd think. Anyway, let's launch. It was here in low Kerbal orbit that I realized my first mistake. Luckily, it was fairly inconsequential. Instead of a scientist, the game had placed an engineer into the rocket, meaning we had to launch a quick ship to swap out the Kerbals. After this, we transferred to Duna.
Don't.
In orbit, we separated the lander, hopped inside, and lowered our orbit into the atmosphere.
Oh, Ricardo, no. Get off the screen. You're gonna get us demonetized. Yeah.
And there we have it. Erk hopped out and planted our first interplanetary flag.
Yeah.
This incredible site, Monkey Planet, now claimed. And it's cracked the clock with... Truly an event to behold.
I can translate that. Hold on. Let me. I think he was saying. I mean, my Monkanese is a little rusty, so you'll have to give me some rope here. Me want banana. Obunga, obunga, obunga. Huh.
What does Obunga translate to, though?
Obunga means...
Family?
Obunga.
No. Obunga is Obunga.
But Lee Lewis, no, I'm just kidding. That's a different word.
Ohana. You're thinking of Ohana.
Truly an event to behold.
Around.
Ohana was family.
Obunga
It was at this
mean
point that I
family.
ended the stream.
Obunga
It was quite
mean-
successful. Nothing exploded, no Kerbals died. Generally, good stream.
Yeah.
If only the next went as smoothly. The next stream began where the previous left off. We just landed and collected some sweet science. Now, in KSP, you can quite easily rack up huge amounts of science by visiting different biomes. And this is what I planned to do first thing this stream. Lucky for us, there was a different biome quite close to our landing site, so I decided to go and visit. And then, this happened. Well, fuck. No way to get back into orbit, no way to meet up with the transfer stage, and no way to get back home. Poor Erk was stranded. So,
Shit.
we immediately got to work on...
Oh, rescue mission. I thought it was going to be launch number 3.
This was actually quite easy to design, because we'd already done it. Introducing Pog Frog 1.5. Thank you. All we had to do was remove the science experiments, most of the transfer stage, add an antenna, and we were ready for launch. So, we launched. However, on the way up to orbit, this happened. Yes, that is in
was
fact
that?
where the engine is supposed to be. Despite this minor readjustment, we pressed on with the upper stage and made it into orbit. In orbit, we opened up the solar panels and set an alarm for Duna's transfer window, which was going to be in around 150 days, meaning Erk had to entertain himself on Duna's surface for over half a year. Poor Erk. Well, sure,
Erk
that's
is
some
literally
time
the
exploration.
Kerbal version
Point
of the
up.
Martian.
Yeah.
But-
It's like little Matt Damon.
yeah.
It's like a little baby Matt Damon. He's just like... It sucks here!
Transfer window. Oi! Just wondering what a transfer window is?
Kevin.
Kevin. Extrapolate from context,
That's it.
Kevin.
I've had enough. Anyway, class, you may be wondering what a transfer window is. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to know. Today, we're learning some more basic orbital mechanics. So, here I am, in orbit at 75 kilometers in altitude, only just above Kerbal's atmosphere.
I got one.
Say hi, Jim. He's
Mr.
orbiting at
Chunkadat.
150 kilometers in altitude. Which one do you expect orbits Kerbal faster? If you said Jim, you're wrong.
It's the
And you
one
should feel
that's
bad.
it's the one that's
I orbit
closest.
faster.
If you scratch his chin, he'll still chill for longer.
Yeah.
Firstly, if you cast your mind back to circle geometry, this circumference is smaller than this one, so it has less overall distance to travel.
So
On
it's
top of
going
this,
faster.
the craft is experiencing stronger gravity because it's closer to Kerbal. Stronger gravity means we need more force in the opposite direction to cancel it out, which means we need to go faster. Hence, our speed is higher, and our distance is shorter,
Go to Papa.
making each orbit much faster than Jim's. This demonstration also applies to planets. Kerbal is closer to the Sun than Duna.
He's not going
and
to sit
thus
still
orbits-
right now because he's waiting on his supper.
Yeah.
It's in 30 minutes, so he's antsy.
You know, there's actually like scientific proof. You know what planet is the closest to Earth?
Mercury.
Yes. Do you know what planet is closest to Venus?
Mercury.
That's obvious. Do you know which planet is closest to Mars?
Mercury.
Do you know which planet is closest to every other planet in our universe or in our solar system?
Mercury.
Exacta frickin' mundo.
So you showed me that CGP grade.
Yeah, and it's no. Well, I'm doing that as like a little thing for them because I guarantee a lot of them out there don't know that, and it's because of Mercury's speed. Mercury's speed going around the sun makes it to where it is the mostest closest to all the other planets in the solar system, which is why
For the most amount of time.
well, that's what I mean. You see, there are, at one point in time, it is closer, like on a much higher time frame than the other ones, and it's crazy.
It's basically the window for going to Mercury is the widest from anywhere else you are in our solar system.
Yes,
You would have the most chances to get to Mercury rather than anywhere else, basically.
yes, and it's crazy because I thought it was nonsense. But then I saw CGP Gray's video.
When you start to
like,
think about how orbiting around a sun actually works, it starts to make more sense.
Yes, and it's almost like it's strange to think about how much like people don't take into account how close certain or how far certain things are.
Hello?
Like we see the moon, we see our moon in the sky every night. What?
So, what I'm wondering about Mercury is, I can't remember exactly how long the length is.
Oh, it's year
How long does it take Mercury?
to orbit the sun.
88 days.
Okay, so
It's got
yeah.
an 88-day year as opposed to a 356-day year like the Earth has.
You mean 365?
Who the fuck cares?
I care a lot.
I don't.
So
I said a number that was close. Who cares? Anyways, it's got a.
all of a sudden, Neil deGrasse Tyson hearing this is just like, say what now?
It's going like this around the sun, basically, whereas the Earth's going like this around the sun.
Yes. Well,
And so all that time that it's going around, it's always like, boom, lining up to be closer to something else. Boom, lining up to be closer to something else.
And the thing with it is like we have like our idea of distance is very highly skewed because we don't really understand how big space really is.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, for instance, you can fit every planet in our solar system between the Earth and the Moon. Like that's a crazy concept, but it's true. And it looked crazy. I mean, you look up at the night sky and it looked like something out of like a superbly insane sci-fi like wallpaper. But yeah. Anyway, sorry.
faster. Sometimes they're close together, sometimes they're far apart. Now we would like to travel between them. Lucky for us, there's a time when they line up just right and a craft can travel between them very easily for relatively low fuel. This time is called a transfer window. The downside, of course, is you have to wait for it. Bringing us back to Pog Frog 1.5. sitting in orbit of Kerbal, waiting for the optimal transfer window. And would you look at that? It looks like we're ready to go.
Whee! And just like that, we're off. Bye, Kevin. Yay!
How close to the stranded guy
Now,
did you actually
we have a
land?
slight problem. Our lander is quite low on fuel, and our Kerbal is about 19 kilometers away. Quite close to a half marathon distance.
Not the worst.
So, we better start waddling.
Oh, this is gonna take a long time.
Oh, wow, would you look at that? The footage corrupted, and we're here. We seem to be very low on fuel, but that should be okay. Let's get out of here.
Oh no. Alright, class. Where did I fuck up?
Oh, what the fuck? Hold on, let me fix that.
Well, you fixed it. The old Fonzie technique. Smack it. And
There we go. A nice round orbit created by our large amounts of fuel and Delta V that we absolutely had on our rocket without question. No questions. Only problem here is
Okay.
we seem to have run out of fuel, and we need to meet up with the transfer stage in orbit. But we can't, because there's no fuel. So Urk is stranded again.
Boo.
I think you know what this means.
Crap.
Rescue mission 2. Yeah.
This mission is even simpler than the last one. Because Urk is no longer on the surface of Duna, we don't need to include a lander. Instead, we can simply include a small orbital vehicle for Urk to use to reunite him with the transfer stage. Unfortunately for Urk, although this rocket is on the pad and ready to go, he'll still need to wait another 150 days for the transfer window and another 100 for the transfer itself. Poor Urk.
Good thing Kerbals seem to just be,
Immortal.
yeah, mortal creatures that don't require sustenance to survive.
Yeah.
And we're here.
Not to
Urk,
mention
however, doesn't have any
oxygen.
fuel in his EVA pack, which means we need to move the rocket just right in order for him to grab onto the ladder. And there we go. We get in,
Ding.
meet up at the transfer stage, get inside, wait for the Duna to Kerbal transfer window, transfer back to Kerbal, ditch the engine and tank, re-enter Kerbal's atmosphere, open up the parachute, land, and recover the vessel.
Yay!
So finally, after several years in space, Urk is home. And unharmed. So we'll give him a one-day break, and then send him back out.
Broken neck. Oh
So,
no.
after a long and tedious design... Okay, let me let him back in. Anyway, after a long design process, here is what the program has come up with. The wonderfully named Urk's Tomb, to remind him of how long he's going to be staying there. This craft is a
Forever.
ground base. Its goal is to land on the surface of Duna and use this little module here, a science lab. In a science lab, you place important data, perform experiments, and analyze it.
By the
Takes in
way,
one science.
do you have any idea what that little jingle is called?
What that?
Yeah.
From what I understand, it's like confused meme.
Okay.
Like the confused meme, like it's just like the meme that doesn't really make sense, or just like takes a turn where it just like goes off the rails. It's just like, huh? Do 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 do. Oh.
Science is one data.
Because I like it,
after
and I would like to use it sometime. I just didn't know how the hell you would actually find that.
You look. I mean, honestly, this is what I do. what bottom text?
Sanctuary Guardian. Huh.
And then once I find that, then I go here.
Yeah, I know that whole process. I got you on that.
Yep. Make sure you get the MP3 and not the MP4. No need to download the video because it's literally just a friggin' picture of a speaker and some lines.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Oh. Got some new notifications. Terrorizer went live with the purge. He's purging his fellow Minecrafters. Go figure.
Analysis gives you 5 science. So basically, science times 5. Pretty pog if you ask me. Now, Mr. Kevin. Oh yeah? I'm going to issue you a challenge. If you can design the transfer craft and launcher for this base, I won't throw you into space ever again. Oh, and you have 4 seconds. Go. Okay, time's up. Oh, yeah, I think I did pretty good. Let's see what you got for us, Kevin. Oh my god. It's beautiful. The optimized engines, the fuel ducts leading into the center stage, the 300 kilograms off the mass limit, the slightly scuffed fairing. It even has a watermark. Okay, so, Kevin?
Well done.
It's bad. Anyway, we're gonna use this vehicle to
Bye,
take
Kevin.
Oi! Why'd you throw me out? You're using me craft. Yeah, anyway. Let's get this guy up and into orbit.
And we're gonna launch the aptly named Kevin Sucks.
Alright. I think you know the drill by now.
Yeah. Whee! Why do I have a bad feeling? Oh!
For the final time,
There we go.
Erk has touched down on Duna. Unfortunately for him, he will never leave again. He plants a flag and inscribes the plaque with "Uh-oh."
Oh.
Poor Erk.
Oh.
He goes and runs all the experiments available on the craft.
He loves
This
science.
would ordinarily create a pretty big bounty of science for us. But with this science lab, we can turn it into a huge amount of science. Given some time.
Given an infinite amount of time.
And, after a year and a half of sitting inside a cramped room collecting data, Erk has generated over 8,000 science for the program to use.
Woo!
Erk has made great sacrifices for our space program, and for that, we are thankful. Thank you, Erk.
We salute you, Erk.
Godspeed. Oh, wait, what the hell? Where'd he go?
Erk.
Kevin?
Uh-oh.
Hey, Kevin, what are you doing? What the fuck? Where'd you get that from? Kevin, get back. Kevin, what the fuck?
Uh-oh, Kevin's angry.
I'm doing my own thing. Fuck you. Kevin!
Uh-oh. Oh.
Where'd he go? What the hell?
Well, that's unfortunate.
He'll come back, right? Right?
Ooh. Don't look at me, homie.
Well, anyway, where were we? Oh, that's right. With our huge bounty of science, we can research new and exciting technologies. Better heat shields, more efficient engines, and special nuclear reactors are all available to us now.
Very cool.
Very good. I think this means we should start building. So, we've conquered Duna. some probes, a landing, and a base. Now let's move closer to the sun, to the purple boy, Eve, the biggest bastard in the solar system.
Boy.
What are we going to do there? The exact same thing as with Duna, but with a single launch. We're going to send a relay probe and a base. No lander this time around, because leaving Eve is reserved for people that have gained access to their entire nervous system. So why is Eve a total bitch to leave? 3 things. Its very dense atmosphere, general girthiness, and high gravity. At sea level, the atmosphere is so dense that some engines simply don't work at all. The other reason is that to orbit Eve, you need to be going at around 3,000 meters per second, which is pretty quick. So no leaving for us. Or at least our Kerbals. On this one-way trip to the purple hellscape, we have recruited our man, our boy, our hero, Obson Kerman. He'll be seated in the craft science lab for the remainder of his life. Poor Obson. Anyway, you know the drill. Let's get to Eve.
And we're off. Dum da dum da dum da dum dum da.
Now that we're in orbit, we lower it into the atmosphere. Time accelerate ahead, burn up and explode.
Oh, no.
Huh. Just kidding, I'm a professional, and this is definitely something I would never do. What actually happened is I put the lowest point of the orbit around 50 kilometers up so the atmosphere can slow us down. Wow, would you look at that? It's getting hot. Really, really hot. Must be all that friction, right? Yeah, that friction really generates a lot of heat on re-entry, doesn't it, guys? Yeah. Friction! Definitely couldn't be any other mechanism other than friction. Oh. Hello? Yeah, who is this?
Well, the fact on the other end of the phone, it's just like.
Wait, what about the YouTube comments? Oh, it's not friction? Huh. No, I didn't get it wrong in the last video. You see, there's this guy in my class, and he's called Kevin. Hello again. It's me, Vsauce Derek. I'm here to talk to you about compression. No, not video compression. Air compression. Air compression is
actually. It made me freak out that our headphones were doing that thing.
Yeah, me too. I was like, I was about to be like, I don't want to go.
Our headphones just do that to us, like, and it's a meme. But our headphones meme us.
I need to update the software because they've released new versions of the software, and hopefully that'll keep it from happening.
Beating on re-entry. But how? Well, first off, what is air made of? Pretty simple. It's made of molecules. A whole lot of molecules.
Yes.
Now, what is temperature? Also pretty simple. It's
molecules as they're vibrating.
Is vibing. More vibes equals more kinetic energy, which equals higher temperature. Fairly simple. So as you can imagine, if you squish a bunch of air molecules together, they're going to bump into each other quite a lot. Bumping into each other equals more vibes, which equals higher temperature. Now, normally moving around in the air doesn't burn you to a crisp because the air molecules can get out of the way. However, say we're traveling at a modest 3 kilometers per second. The air molecules now don't have any time to get out of the way and are compressed into a superheated plasma.
Oh.
Pretty cool. Actually, no.
I never knew that.
Which is why we have this heat shield. Anyway, we don't burn up in the atmosphere, deploy the chutes, jettison the heat shield, deploy the legs, and touch down on the surface of Eve. Pretty cool. Hobson leaves the confines of the science lab for the last time in his life and plants a flag reading, Hobson in the house. Nice. Once he gets back inside, he begins working through the mountain of data, slowly turning it into sweet, sweet science.
Yes.
How much science? Well, after 3.5 years, he manages to acquire 25,000 science points.
Ooh.
Well done, Hobson. Good job.
He's in hell.
Like the last time, we use the science to unlock more parts, and then we go out again. So, there we go. Eve conquered in one launch. Very good. Next up, the Joule system. Now there's a problem with going to Joule. It's very far away, which means our high-powered 4G antennas can't reach it to communicate with our crafts. Even if we upgrade it to the skin-melting speeds of 5G, the signal will still be lost behind all the planets. The solution? a relay satellite network in orbit of Jool. Like real 5G, our satellites are short range. So how do we solve this problem? More satellites.
Oh
Behold,
my god.
the great and powerful Telstra Incorporated 5G tower dispenser. The most powerful rocket ever built. 16 satellites per layer,
I mean,
2 layers per hex.
that's kind of the idea, right?
Well, yeah, that's Starlink in a nutshell.
Well, I
Although-
was just talking about the most powerful rocket ever built thing. The joke he keeps making. It's like, yeah, you just
Yeah.
tried to increasingly surpass your previous power, like in terms of what you can do.
Yes, but also this is basically Starlink in a nutshell. Just like, it's like we need more satellites up in the sky for internet. How many?
Yes.
More.
Section, 3 hex sections. In total, 96 satellites in a single launch. Very nice. 5G
Elon Musk
coverage?
laughs.
Here we come.
I'm joking, by the way. I forget how many on average Starlink launches with each.
All of this stuff looks
launch.
so fun, but I know if I actually sink into this game and start playing it, I'm going to lose backlog golf this year very, very badly.
Yes. And here we go.
To spread the satellites out nice and far, we place the craft into an orbit intersecting Jool's chunkiest moon, Tylo. Then we max out the reaction wheels, spin up the craft to a truly eye-watering speed, and
The game crashes.
There it goes. Whoa.
Oh,
Dude, the universe is lighting up like a Christmas tree.
yeah. That's beautiful.
It's a raid.
there we go. We've rendered the map completely unusable, but we've also placed probes absolutely everywhere. I see this as a complete win.
Jesus.
Now I know I said I'd do an ELU base this episode, but I can't be asked. Once again, you'll have to wait for episode 3. I'll tell you when the next one comes out, but only if you subscribe. This is not optional.
I'm already
Oh, and also
subscribed,
follow my
Martin.
Twitter to gain deep insights into the human experience. This is also not optional. And while you're
I'm already
at it,
subbed on
like the
Twitter,
video.
or follow you on Twitter too.
Come on now. Being
already
real
left
for a minute,
away.
I haven't really acknowledged that I have in fact grown a whole lot. Thank you all for 150,000 subscribers. If you have a 1080p monitor, this is what 150,000 pixels looks like. Each pixel in this yellow square is one of you. Pog. Unless you aren't subscribed. Not Pog. Speaking of not Pog, I've ordered a bunch of new PC bits, but they're all out of stock. Hopefully once they all arrive, the videos can be 60 FPS at 1440p, which will be pretty cool. Anyway, boyos, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and adios.
Nice. Uh-oh.
Kevin?
What's Kevin up to?
I think Kevin has plans. What?
Okay.
Proxima Kent. Damn. Okay. So, okay. Martin Cedo Pants once again just showing us how big brain he actually is. I mean, damn. The dude is too damn smart. Ah, damn. I thought I was following him. Now I am. 100%. Also,
Wait, no. You were following and you just unfollowed him.
wait, what? Damn it. Ah.
Capybara.
Also, yeah, capybara.
Giant guinea pig.
Yes. Also, nice slop squat, bro. Just saying. Just saying.
Or the boss.
Drop on bus. Yeah. All right, so I don't know what else to say other than the fact that Kevin's coming for vengeance, Martin. You need to prepare.
Your little kitty face just popped into view like, where's my food, bitch?
Yeah, exactly. So, I guess you're going to go upstairs, feed him real quick, and then come back down. We're going to finish up for the rest of the night. So, oh, there's the chonky boy. There's the chonk. Oh, shit.
The chunkiest of lads.
Yes. All right. Anyway, we're going to end it here, everybody. That was Martin Cedo Pants, Kerbal Scuffed Program 2. Jeb is dead, and we killed him. So, I guess without further ado, until next time, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
Take care, everybody.
And this is Vega.
And that's Vega. And Bilbo's around here somewhere. We'll see you later, everybody. Peace.